A very good afternoon to everyone. We welcome all of you for today's lecture. Friends, in previous lecture, we discussed about the electronegativity. What is meant by electronegativity? Electronegativity means is a tendency to attract the shared electron pair towards itself. That is called the electronegativity. We also discussed about the trade of electronegativity in period. It is increases from left to right. Okay. Then we also discussed about what is the trade of electronegativity in a group. When we move from top to bottom, the electronegativity goes on decreases. Okay. Are you got it that? In previous lecture we discussed all that point. Today we discuss about the scale of electronegativity. Scale of electronegativity. Scale of electronegativity. There are two scale of electronegativity. First one is the Pauling scale of electronegativity and second one is the Mulliken scale of electronegativity. The first proposed scale by Linus Pauling in 1932 and Mulliken proposed this scale in 1934. That both scale have the different basis. That means the Pauling scale of electronegativity is based upon the bond dissociation energy. Bond dissociation energy, and Mulliken scale is depends upon the ionization energy and electron affinity. Ionization energy and electron affinity. Then today we discuss about the Pauling scale of electronegativity. Pauling scale of electronegativity. Linus Pauling in 1932 was first to propose the scale of electronegativity on the basis of bond dissociation energy. On the basis of bond dissociation energy. Pauling considered the example of formation of AB molecules from A2 and B2 molecules. A2 and B2 molecules forming the AB molecules. Forming the AB molecules. For that, according to Pauling, in purely covalent bond, that means it acquired the 100% covalent characters. The bond dissociation energy of AB molecule is geometric mean of energies of A2 molecules and B2 molecules. That means the energy of AB molecule, that is bond dissociation energy of AB molecules, is the geometric mean of energy of A2 molecules and energy of B2 molecules. Okay, are you got it that? Pauling considered the example of formation of AB molecules from A2 and B2 and forming the final product, that is the AB molecules. Here the energy of purely covalent bonded compound, that means the covalent bond is 100% pure. Its dissociation energy is geometric mean of the molecule A2 and B2. It can be taken as like that. Okay, but if one of the atom, if any one of the atom is more electronegative than the other, then the bond dissociation energy of partially ionic character develop in that particular bond is higher than the actual bond energy of a covalently bonded compound, and that difference of increase in energy due to the partial ionic character which is given by delta and which is equal to actual bond energy minus actual bond energy minus bond energy of covalently bonded compound. Bond energy of covalently bonded compound which is equal to delta equals to energy of Eb molecule minus geometric mean of two molecules energy, that is A into energy of B molecules. Energy of B molecules. According to Pauling, the electronegativity difference of the two atoms, that is XA minus XB is equal to XA minus XB is equal to 0.208 square root of del. That means the bond dissociation energy of partially ionic bond is related to electronegativity difference by that equation. Here the energies are used in unit of kilocalorie per mole. To simplify it in kilojoule per mole, the equation get changes as XA minus XB is equal to 0.1017 square root of del. By using that equation, the electronegativity difference or electronegativity of particular atom, if we know the electronegativity of other atom, then it can be calculated. Okay, are you got it? That means Pauling just simply consider the example of formation of AB molecules from A2 molecules and B2 molecules. Okay, then in that case, if you consider that AB molecules is a purely covalent bonded compound, then its energy, that is AB is equal to geometric mean of energy of two molecules AA into energy of B molecules. Okay, but if one of the atom is more electronegative than the other, then partial ionic character is created in that bond. So that's why the bond dissociation energy of that molecule is higher than the geometric mean of the two molecules. That difference can be represented by the symbol delta, and which is equals to energy of actual bond energy minus bond energy of covalently bonded molecules, that is AB minus of square root of EAA into EBB. Okay, and according to Pauling, the electronegativity is related to del by that equation. XA, electronegativity difference between two atoms, XA minus XB equals to 0.208 square root of del. By putting the value of del, that equation get changes. Okay, but that equation are in a kilocalorie per molecules. To convert, or it can be expressed in kilojoule per moles, then that equation becomes XA minus XB equals to 0.1017 square root of 10. By using that equation, you have to calculate the value of electronegativity. Okay, that can be calculated by the Pauling by using or on the basis of bond dissociation energy. Okay, now we see the second scale of electronegativity. Second scale of electronegativity, that is Mulliken scale of electronegativity. Mulliken scale of electronegativity. That Mulliken scale of electronegativity in 1934 proposed this electronegativity scale on the basis of ionization energy and electron affinity of an atom. That means if we consider any atom, if we know the ionization energy and electron affinity, then you have to calculate the electronegativity. That means the average of ionization energy and electron affinity is nothing but the electronegativity. That means electronegativity of an atom is equal to average of ionization energy and electron affinity. That is called the electronegativity. But here the electronegativity are measured in terms of electron volt. Electronegativity measures in terms of volt. Also, the average of ionization energy and electron affinity, the values which is obtained by Mulliken scale is 2.8 times higher than the Pauling scale. 2.8 times higher than the Pauling scale. And 1 electron volt is equal to 96.48 kilojoule per mole. Kilojoule per mole, the value for 1 electron volt. So, to attain the value of Pauling scale, the Mulliken, that equation get changes as IE, that is ionization energy and electron affinity divided by 2, which is the value which is obtained, which is 2.8 times higher than the Pauling scale. So that's why it is divided by 2.8. And the value which is obtained in electron volt, to convert it into the kilojoule per moles by dividing by that value, that is 96.48. And finally, the electronegativity of an atom is equal to ionization energy plus electron affinity divided by 540. 540, that is the final equation to obtain the electronegativity of any atom by using the Mulliken scale of electronegativity, which is equals to electronegativity of atom is the average of ionization energy plus electron affinity divided by 540. By putting the value of ionization energy and electron affinity of particular atom, then you have to calculate the electronegativity of that particular atom. Okay, are you got it? That any problem related to scale of electronegativity by Pauling scale. Pauling consider the example of formation of AB molecules from A2 molecules and B2 molecules. For a purely covalent bonded compound, the energy of dissociation is equal to geometric mean of two molecules energies. Okay, but if one of the atom is more electronegative than the other, then the partial ionic character is developed in that molecules, so that the bond dissociation energy of AB molecule get changes which is higher than the geometric mean of two molecule energies. Okay, that means that difference is represented by the symbol delta, which is equals to difference between actual bond energy minus bond energy of covalently bonded compound. Delta equals to EAB minus square root of EAA into EBB. Okay, and finally the electronegativity difference between two atoms is related to delta by the equation, that is electronegativity equals to 0.208 square root of del. But here the difference between the two atoms electronegativity with that value is obtained in kilocalories. It gets converted into kilojoule per mole. That equation XA minus XB equals to 0.1017 square root of del. By that equation you have to calculate the value of electronegativity. Okay, then Mulliken proposed the new scale of electronegativity on the basis of ionization energy and electron affinity. Mulliken states that the average of ionization energy and electron affinity, the value of electronegativity of an atom can be calculated. But the value obtained by the Mulliken scale is 2.8 times higher than the Pauling scale, and also the value obtained by the Mulliken scale, its unit is in kilo electron volt, not kilo, it is in electron volt. 1 electron volt is equal to 96.48 kilojoule per mole. So that's why the equation becomes changes as electron affinity plus ionization energy divided by 2 into 2.8 into 96.48. Finally, by multiplying that gets converted to 540. That means electronegativity of an atom is equal to ionization energy plus electron affinity divided by 540. The unit expressed for the electronegativity is kilojoule per mole. Okay, are you got it that? Then we discuss the new concept. That is the shielding effect or screening effect. Shielding effect or screening effect. Shielding effect or screening effect. In case of multi-electron atom, a valence electron, in case of multi-electron atom, that is the nucleus, and nucleus gets surrounded by electron. In first cell 2 electron, in second cell 6 electron, or like that, and in third cell that is 1 electron, that is the valence cell. valence shell, and the electron present in valence shell is the valence shell electron. Here the inner shell, and that is the nucleus. In multi-electron atom, the electron is attracted by the nucleus. That electron is attracted by the nucleus, and that electron repel the valence shell electron. The combined phenomena of attraction and repulsion by the inner shell electron, that is called the shielding effect. That is called the shielding effect or screening effect. That means that electron attracted by the nucleus, but that attraction is decreases or it get reduced due to the presence of inner shell electron. That electron get repelled by the inner shell electron, so that's why the attraction get decreases, and at the same time that electron repelling the outermost valence shell electron, that combined effect is called as the shielding effect or screening effect. Shielding effect or screening effect. That shielding effect or screening effect increases when the number of shell or number of electron in inner shell goes on increases, then repulsion get increases. That means the shielding effect goes on increases. Okay, are you got it about the screening effect or shielding effect? Then it can be defined as the total contribution towards repulsion of inner shell electron to outer shell electron is called as the shielding effect or screening constant. It can be represented by the symbol sigma. The total contribution towards the electron by inner shell or inner orbital electron to the outer orbital or shell electron, that is for the screening constant, and it can be represented by the sigma, by the symbol sigma. Okay, are you got it that? Then the effective nuclear charge. Then the effective nuclear charge. Effective nuclear charge. Then what is meant by effective nuclear charge? Effective nuclear charge is symbolized by the Z star. Z star. The net electropositive charge by an electron or electron under contribution or consideration from the nucleus. Effective nuclear charge is nothing but the net electropositive charge on the electron or electron under consideration from the nucleus is called as effective nuclear charge, and it can be represented by the symbol Z star. It can be represented by the symbol Z star. It is always less than the actual nuclear charge of an atom. It is always less than the actual nuclear charge of an atom. Okay, because due to the shielding effect. Just we discuss about the shielding effect. That means the combined phenomena of repulsion and attraction by the inner shell electron. That is called the shielding effect. And shielding effect can be represented by the sigma Z. So that's why the effective nuclear charge is nothing but Z minus sigma. That is actual nuclear charge minus shielding effect or screening effect. By that way you have to calculate the effective nuclear charge. Then effective nuclear charge, that Z is nothing but the actual nuclear charge. That Z is actual nuclear charge or number of proton or total number of proton. Okay, then sigma is the shielding constant or screening constant. Screening constant. And Z star is nothing but the effective nuclear charge. Then how to calculate that effective nuclear charge? That Z can be known, but how to calculate the screening effect or shielding effect? Then how to calculate the screening constant? For to calculate the screening constant, a rule is developed, and that rule is called as the Slater's rule for calculating the screening constant. That is Slater's rule for calculating screening constant. Screening constant. Okay, that means here the sigma. The first rule stated by the Slater's is to write down the electronic configuration of an element in that manner. 1s and grouping. 2s, 2p, then 3s, 3p, then 3d, then 4s, 4p, then 4d and 4f and so on. It is the first rule stated by the Slater's. Okay, then second rule. The electron from any group, if we consider that group, then the remaining group on the right side does not contribute in screening constant. Does not contribute on the right hand side. If we consider the electron in that group, then the group on the right hand side does not contribute. It can contribute to the left hand side also. Okay, then that is the second rule. Third rule, the electron other than or electron from the same group contribute 0.35 each. The electron, all the other electrons from the same group contribute 0.35 value each. Okay, that is the third rule. Fourth rule, all electron in n-1 shell contribute 0.85 each. Contribute 0.85 each. Okay, then fifth rule, all the electrons in n-2 shell contribute 1.0 value each. First rule is to write down the electronic configuration in that manner and grouping. Second, the group on right side does not contribute in screening constant. Then third rule, all the other electrons from the same group contribute 0.35 value each. All the electrons in n-1 shell contribute 0.85 each. All the electrons in n-2 shell contribute 1.5 value each. And the sixth electron, if the given electron is belong from D or F shell, D or F shell, then fourth rule and fifth rule are invalid. Fourth rule and fifth rule are invalid. All the electrons in the group on the left hand side contribute one value each. One value each. If the electrons belong from D or F orbital, D or F orbital, or the group on the left hand side contribute one value for each electrons. Okay, are you got it? That are the six rules stated by the Slaters to calculate the screening constant. For example, if we consider the one example by applying that rules, calculate the effective nuclear charge. Calculate the effective nuclear charge and screening constant for an electron in S atom, that is sulfur atom. Sulfur having atomic number 60. Sulfur having atomic number 60. By arranging the electronic configuration, that is rule number first, 1s, 2, then 2s2, 2p, 6, then 3s2, 3p, 4. 3p4. Here calculate the effective nuclear charge and screening constant of an 3p electron, of an 3p electron in S atom, that is sulfur atom, that means 3p electrons. Okay, then first here we have to do the grouping and arrange the electronic configuration. Then contribution from 3p group, that is one electron is in a consideration to calculate the value of p electron. Okay, that means here total 6 electron is that group. We have to consider one electron to calculate this screening constant. That means contribution from the 3p or same group. 3p or same group, one electron is consideration, remaining are 5, and contribute it is 0.35. Okay, equals to J kai nikal sakte. Then contribution from n-1 group. n-1 group means 3 minus 1 group, that is 2. Here total 8 electron is there. 0.85. That is third row. Okay, sorry, fourth row. Then contribution from n minus 2 group, that is equals to how many electrons? N minus 2 group, 2 electrons, and it contribute as an 1 each. Okay, then here we calculated, we obtained 1.75, then 6.80, and here the 2. Total is 5, 7 plus 7, 14, 14, 1, 15, 5, 1 remains, then 3, 6, 9, 1, 10. 10.55 is the value of screening constant. By putting in a formula, that is Z star is equal to Z minus sigma. Here the actual nuclear charge is 16 minus 10.55 equals to 5.45. 5.45, that is the effective nuclear charge. By that way, you have to calculate the effective nuclear charge of an electron. Okay, are you got it that? Then today we will stop here, and the first unit of first paper, that is inorganic paper, is completed here. In next lecture, we discuss the next unit number 2 for covalent bond. Okay, and we see tomorrow. Okay, thank you.